You know what? Unknown, the alien assassin, thought he might want to tap in and leave his little comments on this Rajah Jackson stuff with him beating old Psycho Stu. Look, I tend to agree with Mark Henry. Mark Henry says wrestlers need to quit messing with people, and especially when they don't know who they're messing with. That's true. That's a true statement. A lot of wrestlers run off of the mouth at all the wrong people, and I could name some, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I just know it happens. It happens. They run off the mouth. They play too much, and Psycho Stu, try to gimmick on the wrong person. Now, look, it's like this. Rajah Jackson had time from where the videos I saw where they shook hands backstage and they supposedly squashed it to the time that Psycho Stu was in the ring. So I don't know how much time passed during that time. I don't know when Psycho Stu's match was in the card, but Rajah Jackson had time to calm down, had time to really think about what he was going to do, and with that being said, daggum, dude, coming from a person who has anger issues myself, that was wrong. The whole thing was wrong, man. I mean, when he slammed him to the mat, he had to see he was knocked out before he laid the first blow in. Much less the 23, 21, however many 20s after that first shot that he hit Psycho Stu with, knocking all the teeth out of his head, breaking the facial structure of his face, causing him to be in a induced coma for 2 to 3 days or whatever it was. And so I can't see how Rajah Jackson could get away with that. I really can't. I mean, if I was to even open hand slap Hardcore Hollywood McClure, open hand slap, one open hand slap, I mean, I'd go to jail for assault. If I was to get into any wrestling ring and attack any of the wrestlers, I mean, number one, I wouldn't do that. Number two, if I did that, I would go to jail. I'm surprised he's still out. And number three, I see where Rampage is getting death threats now. I see where Rampage Jackson is getting death threats over what his son did, and I don't think that's right. I think his son's his own man. What is he, in his 20s? His son, his son's his own man. And he should be treated as such. He should be arrested. He should face, responsibility for his crime, because it was a crime. It wasn't self-defense. It wasn't a spot in wrestling. It was a crime. I mean, bottom line, it was a crime. But it was a crime that odds are would not have happened if Psycho Stu wasn't playing around backstage and messed with the wrong person. I'm not saying Psycho Stu deserved that. I don't know the guy. I respect his service to our country, but I respect anybody's service to our country that's willing to serve our country. But I don't know the guy personally. I'm never gonna meet the guy probably. But if he didn't play around with him, are you gonna sell it? Are you gonna sell it? I mean, it's just like, for Christ's sake, man. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. I'm glad Psycho Stu's awake now. I'm glad he's getting, hopefully going to get better. Maybe get some implants or something. But I'm waiting for the lawsuit to happen. There's going to be a lawsuit. There's going to be civil action. Attorneys are waiting in the West Wing, waiting in the wing, wanting to pick up that lawsuit against Rajah Jackson and his daddy. Rampage, his dad Rampage. And you get some of that fortune. You get some of that MMA fortune. Look, I mean, I'm just saying, look, if Psycho Stu wasn't playing around, he would not have been jumped inside the ring. Rajah Jackson would have came there and would have done everything that he was supposed to do while he was there about doing his little podcast or whatever from that arena or from that venue or whatever, from that wrestling event. Maybe he would have interviewed some people. I don't know what he would have done. I mean, this was, brought to my knowledge by my wise man for the UWO. I mean, he's the one that sent me the reels. He's the one that filled me in on what was going on. And, and I sat back for days because I've been sick since Monday. I've been sick as a dog since Monday. I still don't feel 100%. I'm getting there though. Thank you for asking. But, so I've been sitting back since Monday, watching these reels, reading these news clips, reading these articles, and it's just like, daggone, man. Do I think Psycho Stu deserved it? No, I don't. I don't think he deserved it. Nobody deserves that, beating like that. I mean, if they killed your dog, maybe. If they killed your cat, maybe. Hell, even if they killed your hamster or something. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, nobody deserves a beating like that. Nobody deserves a beating like that at all. And unless it's something to the extreme, man. I mean, to bust somebody's facial structure bones up, to bust somebody's teeth out. I mean, we're not talking about a tooth, we're talking about teeth. We're talking about rows of teeth, I mean, God almighty. But it could have been prevented, man. It could have been prevented. And what I got to say is to these wrestlers who don't know what they're talking about, especially with me, and things I've said and things I've done, I understand that there's some wrestlers coming after me, and because apparently I'm too good at what I do to the point that y'all think I hate kids. Y'all think I really hate their wrestling for a cause. I don't hate wrestling for a cause. If y'all tuned in on August 8th, y'all saw us all back together. We're all good, and, hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And that is all a work. It is all a work. But I mean, people will think I'm too good at being the 1% to think I actually hate kids and I hate charity and I hate this and I hate that. And it's just like, God almighty, man. It's like, this is the world of wrestling. This is wrestling, right? I mean, honest to God. I'm not going to say it's make-believe because it's not make-believe. But I mean, everything's scripted. Everything's a character. Everything's acting to some degree or another. Selling, for example, selling. Somebody hits you with a steel chair. I mean, if you go into a conniption, you're going to act like you really got hurt. If you go into too much of a conniption, you're going to oversell and be a joke. I mean, it's just like, or you can just stand there and be like Hulk Hogan or, Ultimate Warrior or somebody and just take the shot to the back or whatever and act like it didn't phase you. I mean, I'm just saying, man. There's so many different degrees of selling. Selling is another word for acting. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, and Rajah Jackson probably, I won't say that he didn't know what the word selling meant in professional wrestling or in wrestling. Because, I mean, his dad wrestled for Impact or TNA, whatever it was at the time. And I remember that years ago, early 2000s. And when the Impact was on Spike TV. And so I'm not saying his dad didn't tell him what selling was beforehand. I mean, I don't know if he did or not. I'm not in the room. I'm in my fortress of solitude. But I'm not going to say he didn't know what selling was because, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that Rampage didn't tell him about all that. You know what I'm saying? When he was involved in wrestling. But just watch out who you're dealing with, man. Watch out who you play with. And some people don't like to be played with. I mean, I don't like to be played with. I don't like to be played with. I don't like to be messed with. I mean, I tolerated it for 3 years for Wrestling for a Cause between Zicky Dice, Hollywood McClure, and whoever else. It's just like, but I knew what I was getting into with Wrestling for a Cause Chattanooga. I knew I was working for a wrestling promotion. I knew the sports entertainment of wrestling, of what wrestling is and what wrestling's all about. And, so, I wasn't foreign to it. So I knew I was going to be messed with, probably. I mean, honest to God, I mean, it's a possibility. There's always a possibility. And, so it's like, so somebody coming from the MMA world who did or did not ever watch wrestling, may or may not have ever watched wrestling, right? They might not know what's involved. I mean, I don't know what he was doing there that night. I don't know who asked him to come. I don't know what he was doing there that night. All I know, it's ruined his life. And he had time to think about it. The bottom line, he really did. He had time to think about it. And honestly, I mean, it's just like, if I was going to take time to think about it, I mean, you think he would calm down by then. I mean, you saw the promoter or somebody say, well, you know, we can make it part of the show. I mean, in one of those videos, you know, he's like, you make it part of the show. It's like, did they script it out? They obviously didn't script that out, from to pick him up and slam him down on the ring where there's wooden boards under a thin mat. I mean, dadgum. My head has hit those mats. You know, people think it's a gimmick of mine saying I trained to be a wrestler. No, really, when I was 18, I trained to be a wrestler against my better judgment and against everybody around me's judgment, you know. And it's like, so I know what's under those mats. The thin cloth and a little bit of padding, and I put a ring together before for Stranglehold Championship Wrestling. And, so, I mean, I know what's under those mats. It's not, like, foreign to me. So for him to go up and slam his back of his head down, I mean, I think his career's over with. And for what? For what? A joke? A joke? You know, this is sad on both ends, because Psycho Stu's career is probably liable to be over with for a joke. And, Rajah Jackson, man, his career's over with too, at least for a little while, as soon as they lock him up. And, for, anger issues, man. Anger issues, they'll get you every time. They really will. I mean, honest to God, they'll get you every time. And, that's without a shadow of a doubt, man. I'm telling you. It's sad. It's sad on both ends. I don't blame Psycho Stu. Rajah Jackson shouldn't have exploded like that. I mean, if he came in the ring and knocked him down, that'd be one thing. And then, like normally knocked him down, like went for the waist, pulled him to the mat, and then some people came out and pulled him off, that'd be one thing. But to come in the ring, pick him up over your head, and slam him to the mat, and hit him 30 times, it's just like, it's wrong. I'm not saying it isn't wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. And I want to know where everybody was when Psycho Stu was getting the heck beat out of him, man. Absolutely heck beat out of him. It's like nobody came out for a while. It's like, what are y'all doing? Just, you know, sitting in the back, you know, eating donuts or something? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know where everybody was at. I don't know where everybody was at all. It's just sad, man. It's sad on both ends. And if I, you know, catch heat over that, I catch heat over that, but it's true. Psycho Stu played with the wrong person, which is true. Which is obviously true if he's waking up in a hospital bed with no teeth in his head. And, Rajah Jackson has anger issues he needs to deal with. He needs to really go to therapy or something. Get those anger issues straightened out. I know all about anger issues. I know all about that. And, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. That's all I know. But this is Unknown, the Alien Assassin, weighing in on the Rajah Jackson Psycho Stu dilemma.